Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Truth Council 23 with me, Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. We're so thankful to be here with all of you to read Capricorn's energy for the next 28 days for the sign of Capricorn. This could be you as a Capricorn or a Capricorn around you, or you can check your placements and see where your Capricorn energy lies. But it's for the sign of Capricorn. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You are and forever will be the masters of your experiences, of what you will or what you will not into this creation. So please use discernment and take what resonates and leave what does not. You can honor whatever religious force, whatever spiritual force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, and connected to the all as you are in this experience. I'm going to go ahead and get started by honoring my trusted ancestors. I want to honor my grandmama, Abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. I also honor my grandpapa, Abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. I do honor your trusted ancestors and invite you to do the same. Or you can also just take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves, and that's also more than enough. 113 is on the clock. 113, that number could be significant, and the number 43 is going by. You can also just, again, take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves, and that's also more than enough. Let's get started. Some engagement is in your field. You could be married, or you could be getting married, or someone around you. I'm touching my ring finger quite a bit. Some of you, there's an engagement, or there is it's almost like taking off the ring. For some of you, there could be a taking off of the ring, or your wedding band bothers you, or something about the wedding band. It's either too big or too small. I'm getting more like a too big, but I'm also getting for some same-sex couple. I'm seeing two men. No. 2:14 on the clock. 2:14. Seven energy. Luck is on your side. A Cancer could be significant for some, or a Leo born in late July. Or those dates could be significant for some. I'm seeing the Ace of Spades energy for some, an invitation as well, an Eight of Hearts energy, some type of signature, some type of a contract, after some type of, or there's a signature that leads to an invitation to a face-to-face of some sort, or a surprise invitation, or a surprise celebration for some, because I'm seeing Five of Hearts energy. There could be a celebration. For some, you could be hearing of an engagement. 3:25 was on the clock. 3:25 is 10 energy, which would bring in something about bling. Something very, for some of you, there could be a very luxurious event that you are invited to. It's something that is invitation only, or something exclusive. Something exclusive, but something elusive. It's like something shrouded in mystery, or a mystery guest list, or something feels very, something about antiquated, something, antiques could be significant. Some can collect antiques. I'm seeing old furniture. I'm seeing like mahogany, and I'm seeing like oaks and quality furniture. Some could be into home decor design. But I'm also getting graphic design for some. Someone around you or you could be a graphic designer. Or you just like the aesthetics of things. But there's something about furniture. For some, you could be purchasing expensive furniture, or you own expensive furniture. For some of you, you own a bar. There's a bar in your home. I'm getting H-O-N-E, hone, or honey, or something about mahogany though. Different woods, different, like, some of you, there could be someone that works in a furniture department or a furniture store, or invests in furniture, or reupholstering things, furnishings. Well, what is up? 7:07 on the clock. All right, 7:07. Some of you could be seeing the number 7 quite a bit. What is up? What is up, Capricorns? How's it going? How's it flowing? What's popping? What's cracking? We are reading for your next 28 days, which is about a lunar month, the moon. So a lunar cycle of sorts. We're reading for your next 28 days to see what is going on with the grays. For some of you got grays and I love you, right? It's okay. I love gray hair. I love people in their natural state. If your hair is gray, for some of you do dye your hair. I'm getting hair dye. I'm smelling hair dye. For some of you dye your hair quite a bit. You highlight your hair. For some of you put blonde highlights in your hair, or ombre, or something about blonde, or putting light or lightener of some sort to lighten your hair for some. But I like people's natural state. I think it's beautiful to accept your natural fate. For some of you, natural fate. I'm seeing King of Clubs energy. This could be you as a gentleman. The King of Clubs represents the current as a masculine, or it can represent your partner. So for some of you, your partner, or you, or a potential significant other, or a strong masculine figure is in your field. For some of you, you can work with a lot of men. I'm getting a lot of strong masculine energies. For some of you, higher ups could be significant. Directors, people in charge of situations, managers. For some of you, you could be in some type of leadership. Something about a district manager is coming in. Someone is a district manager or was a district manager. The number 8, it could be significant. The number 88 could be significant. The number 888 could be significant. I'm getting a lot of 8 energy for some of you. Envies and enemies. For some of you, you have a brother who could be envious or an enemy. Jack of Hearts energy, and there it is. Yep. There it is. Jack of Hearts energy is a brother, a friend, or a son. When you have a Jack of Spades with a Jack of Hearts, it is a brother, a friend, or a son who does not have your best interest in mind. The Jack of Spades is a man who does not have your best interest in mind, and everything. 9:26 is on the clock. Something about 17 or 2017 could be significant for some. But the Jack of Spades is a man who does not have your best interest in mind. The Jack of Spades, when it comes to reading with the 32, it is looked at as the most negative of energies to show up. It is the most, you can have a beautiful spread, and if this energy shows up, you could have some issues. So for some of you, you could be having some issues with a brother, I was getting a strong brother for some. This is a brother. This could be a little brother for some. And if it's not a little brother, it's someone who acts very immaturely, who does not have your best interest in mind. For some of you, this could be a friend. The Jack of Hearts can bring in a friend, or someone who poses as a well-meaning man in your life, but this person is not. And in your wife, this person poses for some of you, this person could try to be I'm getting a concubine. For some of you, someone may be interested in your significant other. Take that how it resonates. That's what's coming in. We respect the energies because they speak the truth and nothing but the truth, and so death do you part. For some of you, somebody can be trying to côtoyer or get to know or be a friend or a brother to your wife, but I wouldn't trust this enemy. That's how it's coming in. That's not necessarily what I wanted to say, but Freudian slips are for a reason. Spiritual slips are for a reason. What we call Freudian slips have been around since the beginning of time. It's called divination. So for some of you, there's a brother or a friend who you may need to turn your back on. For some of you, you can learn that a brother or friend is involved with some people that don't necessarily have their best interest in mind. For some of you, they call themselves theys, and thems, or they use they're really into that stuff, because I'm getting a lot of like they, but I'm getting it like a person calling themselves they. But this person does not have your best interest in mind, my lovies. Something about it's about time. For some of you, it's about time. I'm getting it's about Tom. 11:23 on the clock. 11:23. Those numbers, 11 and the number 23. 8 of Clubs energy. I was seeing a lot of 8 energy. I saw the 8 of Clubs first. I saw the 8 of Hearts as well. A lot of 8 energy in your field. For some of you, there's a brunette or administrative paperwork, or some type of a secretary who is blocking a situation or paperwork that's currently blocked. I'm getting a Page of Pentacles. This could have to do with a new opportunity to make money, or someone you've been communicating with about some type of new opportunity that you project yourself into. You want to start a project. You want to be a caretaker for some. There's something about a caretaker. There's something about a caretaker who may be a little bit of a liar, because I'm also getting the word faker as an itch is coming in. 12:07 on the clock. There could be an issue with a nurse or a live-in nurse or a caretaker of some sort. This could have to do with an elderly person for some, trying to find care for an elderly person or someone that is on some type of disability or needs some type of support. For some of you, life support is coming in. Someone is going to be or is on life support, because it has to do with a lot of money and joy and that paperwork. For some of you, there will be joy when it comes to something that has to do with a lot of money. For some of you, a lot of money is in your field. Thousands of dollars for some, and you will be very happy. Or for some of you, finances over the next 24 days. They're speaking, Jesus. The finances over the next 24 days, Spirit is giving us 6 energy, the choice, the lovers, a new path that's opening up for finances for some. Here we have in this present moment, and certainly, okay, Bombay Koot. 10 of Spades is in this present moment. So a few minutes after watching this video, or as you watch this video, certainly what? You have a King of Hearts around you. For some of you, you have a well-meaning man, a father figure. This could be your significant other or your partner, someone that really loves you, or a well-meaning man around you. So you'll be getting news for a female. You'll be getting news from a man who really loves you. Well, certainly, if you were questioning whether your significant other loves you or not, they are all in. Or a father figure for some. Or a well-meaning gentleman. For some of you, if you are a current and you're questioning whether a gentleman has good interest in terms of a potential for a relationship, this person has really good feelings towards you. You can definitely message your sister friend if you want a little bit more details, personalized, to see if this person, how deep it's going to go or how it's going to flow. But in terms of well-meaningness, this person is genuine. King of Hearts energy is a very loving man, a very well-meaning person towards you. First and foremost, it represents your father or an ancestral figure who is a masculine. 1411 was on the clock. 7 energy. But then it can represent a well-meaning man who's a love interest for some. Or just a well-meaning man in a situation that has your back. And it's always nice. Something about someone had a heart attack for some. Someone could have had a heart attack at some point in their life. This could be a father figure for some. Or someone who, again, really loves you. This could be an uncle. This could be someone in your family. But there's a well-meaning man that will be interacting with you over the next 24... well, it keeps saying 24, my lovies. The next 24 days for you. For some, you have a brother or a friend who you talk to a lot, but this person sleeps around a lot. Because I'm getting some words. Certainly, they do. Certainly. Seven of Spades energy. Certainly. Certain events. Certainly. But for certain, some have a hidden enemy who pretends to be a brother or friend. That may be a clue for some. Someone that talks to you a lot about their sexual escapades. For some, being cautious because someone can try to take your woman. That's how it's coming in, my lovies. Or someone around you. Take it how it resonates. Wherever the shoe fits, wear it. But somebody wants to take someone's woman for a ride. Or have her on the side. I don't know what that means. I don't know why someone would do that because it doesn't feel good. But certainly we have anger. Seven of Diamonds energy, anger in this present moment for a gentleman or with a gentleman. Again, everything is coming in for a reason and sometimes just for a season. 10 of Spades energy is in this present moment, anger, Seven of Diamonds, and it's in the upright. So this is someone's fuming, certainly. For some of you, this could be your significant other, or this could have to do with a messy friend around some who's maybe trying to cross the line in a situation. But certainly there's some anger here. Dominant energy, you have a lot of communication for some, and changes. For some of you, you're planning some type of long distance travel or dawn, something about dawn. You're planning something about Jonathan. Jesus. Clearing throat chakras is important. For some of you, you're planning long distance travel or a long distance move. You have that here. You're communicating a lot over these next 24 days or 28 days. Seven of Clubs energy is a lot of text messaging, a lot of emailing, a lot of chatting. Eventually, it could lead to a phone call about a long distance move or long distance travels. For some of you, you could be communicating with a travel agent, or there's something about someone in a uniform in your field, because the King of Diamonds brings someone in a uniform. For some of you, you could be working with a military person or someone who is a very strategic planner of some sort, but you do have changes. For some of you, you could be traveling for work, because I'm getting 9 of Clubs energy. For some of you, you have a King of Hearts, a Jack of Hearts, and a 10 of Hearts. For some of you, you do have well-meaning people, especially masculine energy around you, despite the fact that there is one who's very fishy for some. You have a King of Hearts and a Jack of Hearts and a 10 of Hearts. For some of you, you can have projects with a father and a brother, or a father and a son to travel. You have projects to go somewhere. For some of you, a lot of communication with a King of Hearts, with a very well-meaning man who's a brother or a friend who really loves you. You can have projects, or you're planning something, or you're developing something with this person. For some of you, if this is a love interest, it could really grow. For some of you, success when it comes to a daughter, a friend, or a sister in a house situation. For some of you, you could be spending a lot of time with your I'm getting Tom and John. For some of you, you could be spending a lot of time with your daughter, if you have a daughter, or if you have a son at home. For some of you, you could be spending a lot of time with a sister or a friend. For some of you, you could be hearing news that a sister is coming to visit you from a distance, or a sister is going to be spending time in your home for some of you, or a sister will be purchasing or getting a new place for some of you, and she has success in the situation. And here's that work. So for some of you, you care about your work quite a bit. There it is, 9 of Clubs, a lot of movement when it comes to work. For some of you, eventually movement or travels. For some of you, you could travel for work and you have travels coming up. A lot of movement, something about your truck. Somebody has a truck. I'm seeing a 4Runner. I'm seeing Toyota trucks. For some of you, Tahomas. I'm seeing trucks like that. I'm seeing Toyota trucks. A Toyota could be significant for some. But you have work here for some. This is the Queen of Clubs is you or your partner. There's a lot of movement in your field. You do have 3 aces. Oh, you got 4 aces! And there's that 8 of Hearts. You have some type of an invitation to a new contract for some. That's going to make you very happy. My lovies, you have 4 aces. There's a brand new beginning for a sister, a daughter, or a friend for some of you. But for you, 4 aces is success. It's a big changes in your life coming in that are very positive. No matter if they're a little bit of a struggle, they're very positive. For some of you, you could be thinking of moving very far from where you are. Maybe you're moving closer to a sister, or sister's moving closer to you. This move with this sister or this friend, or it's a sister or a friend for some, but it could be a daughter as well for others. But this move is very, very beneficial. It feels really beautiful. The energies feel, despite the fact that there's some fishy people, in particular one man who has some weird intentions, you have really good people around you. For some of you, you can have 2 children. For some of you, you have 1 child. For some of you, eventually you can have another child. For some of you, you have a contract. Again, we did feel that. I mean, 4 aces, my lovies. Jesus. And you have 2 kings. So you're under wise counsel. For some of you, you could be recognized in your work, and that will facilitate a new contract for you. Or you can help a sister for some. For some, you can help a sister get a job somewhere. For some of you, paying attention to the cycles of your life and the repeating patterns, because for some of you, you're going into a new cycle. The 4 aces do bring in new energies. You have chances to do things completely different. For some of you, you have chances at new romances. If you're not, for some, someone is, or some are already in a relationship. For others, you do have a chance at to rekindle something. For some of you, you could rekindle something. Or someone around you can have a chance to rekindle something from their past. For some, this could have to do with a sister or a friend or someone you consider a sister. For some of you, friendships feel really nice. Again, despite the fact that there's one being who I would question. For some of you, a lot of movement, again, when it comes to work, international travels, and a contract. What else do we have? We have 1 jack. We do have 2 queens, so there's a little bit of a betrayal that's going to anger someone, or it could anger your partner, or it could anger you. Take it how it resonates, or it could, or anger when it comes to a family situation. Anger when it comes to, maybe for some of you, you're doing really well at work, because I did feel a little bit of envy in a work situation, but no matter what, there's a slight betrayal, but no matter what, you can't fail. For some of you, it's like you've done something, or you've worked on something very, very diligently. You can't fail. That's how it's coming in. You can't fail. You may not see it that way. You may always be trying to like strive for more. 2220 was on the clock. 2220 was on the clock. What else? We have 1 jack. We have technically 1 7. Technically 2 7. So you do have really good news, especially coming from a long distance trip, or if you're planning on going somewhere, or big changes again for some, a big move for others. You have really good news and a lot of communication. Bombay Cooch. This is pretty. I liked it, my lovies. How smooth. How smooth, Capricorn. How smooth. Smooth. I like it. Smooth. Oh, did we want to cover anything? I don't think so. There was nothing to cover, my lovies. Everything is so perfect. Yeah, no, we had nothing to cover. Look at that, how smooth. It's so smooth like that. Normally you cover the, I guess, the more but some need to speak their truth in a situation. You cover the more, look, a hummingbird. You cover the more negative energies, like the 7 of diamonds. If it would have actually come out, we would have, clarified to get a little bit more details. But you really, I mean, it felt very clear for the most part. Again, you have one peer who's a little questionable, but it felt very clear. It felt very clear. And there's that 8 of Hearts energy, some type of an invitation or an unexpected date for some, date night with your significant other or your potential. I'm getting the name Frank, or your potential. I'm getting the name Jamie, and I'm getting the name Joseph, or your potential significant other. For some, you will be getting communication from people that don't have your best interest in mind, but you won't really pay attention to it. 2413 is on the clock. And because you're worried about some type of distance travel, for some of you, it could be somebody in the military. Bomba et couche, or somebody that wears a uniform. Courtesy. For some of you, courteous energy, thoughtful, polite, and good manners. The number 38 could be significant for some. The number 38 could be significant for some. The number 11, if we add that in numerology, that could be significant for some. or someone around you. Take it how it resonates. Let's just see if our vampires want to speak to you, Capricorns. It felt very smooth, my lovies. 2453. They do want to speak. They want to speak. Ooh, we have seduction. Oh, Jesus. For some of you, if you want to look at the daily reading for so the reading that came out before this one, if you want to look at that, it may be something in there for you. But you have seduction in the field, and this energy came out in that reading. Seduction energy, being seduced. It's either being seduced by others or being seduced by our energies, being seduced by that which we think we desire, that can lead us into some type of a mess. Because if you see here, in this vampire, she is the Art of War. For some of you, the Art of War, you could have read the Art of War. The Art of War is in your field, or if you could do yourself some justice by reading the Art of War, or you have read it and you're very tactical for some of you. But seduction, you seduce someone into a layer to then, you know, take their energy, take their inner chi, take whatever you think you need, or end their life in some way. Allure, desire, and manipulation. The number 8 could be significant for some. The number 8 could be significant. Say Saint Nick, something about Saint Nick, Christmas. Some could be seduced by Saint Nick. The energy of Saint Nick, you can look up the energy of Saint Nick. Here we have redemption. Some are trying to redeem themselves after some type of seduction. Absolution, forgiveness, and penance. Because for some, judgment, the number 20. This one was also present in the earlier read. And we shuffled, my lovies. We shuffled something about the Cupid shuffle. Like something could have happened in a party or something, or there's going to be a party, but being very cautious for some when it comes to a party and partying with friends, especially one Benjamin. Here we go. It's Benjamin energy. James. Being very cautious when it comes to celebrating with people, because for some there could be a situation that you may need to seek for some type of redemption or forgiveness, or ask for forgiveness after some type of seduction. Someone's trying to seduce someone, my lovies. It's coming in for a reason. I don't think you have anything to worry about, but I would not fall into any types of 10-10 temptation. October 10th could be significant for some, because it's going to lead to a nightmare. It's going to lead to a nightmare. 27-22. You could be seeing a lot of 2-2-2s. You can be seeing a lot of 7s. You could be seeing a lot of 11s. It's going to lead to a nightmare. Someone's been playing on your psychic abilities, or for some, someone's trying to seduce you by feeding on your energy. We have psychic protection, shields, and bad dreams. Number 5, a Hierophant. For some of you, you're married, or there's some type of a higher level commitment or a higher level engagement. An anti-hero. A maverick, a risk taker, and a rule breaker. But there is a marriage. I don't think you should break this rule, my lovies, unless you want to end up in some type of a torture chamber in your soul, because you're being seduced into something that I don't think, my lovies. And the number 18 is here. More 8 energy. The number 9, an ending, and it will get you burnt by the sun. It will bring an ending. It will burn you by the sun. Burnt by the sun, burnt by something could have already started. For some of you, being very cautious not to be seduced in anything. I don't know what it is. For some, it could be a relationship. For others, it could be something's off. 28-30, 28-31. Ambition, extension, and reach. 28 energy. But it's in the reverse, my lovies. Karmic cycles are closing, my lovies. 28-52 on the clock. More 7 energy, 10 energy, a completion of a cycle, and then 1 energy, a new beginning. Spirit's asking us to add all of these. So we have, technically, we take away the 0 with the 20, and you have 2, and then 5, that's more 7 energy. And then you add 8, so to the we have 18, so we add 1 to that, that's 8. But then there's another 8, that's 16, more 7 energy. And then you add 16 to 28, and you get, so 28 is 10, and then you add 16 to that. Someone's can broken. That's not what I wanted to say, but that's what Spirit's saying. Something about broken, a broken home. What I wanted to say was someone's been working out. Someone's been working out, trying to get back into shape, trying to get healthier in their life again, because someone lost their way. Someone gained a lot of weight. 28 and 16. I'm getting to add it to 28, which would be 42. The number 42 could be significant, or the age, but that's 6, the levers, the choice, a path that someone needs to take. But if we add it to 10 and 16, that's 26, which is 8 when it comes to a procedure, when it comes to a legal agreement, when it comes to a legal bind or a contract. For some of you, there could be an accident, or some type of a little boo-boo. For some of you, you could have gotten injured, and you've kind of taken some time to pause, and you've let yourself go a little bit. For some of you, you could have gained a lot of weight, or someone around you. 30-41 on the clock, and now 30-43, and now 30-44. I caught it at 30-41 though first, which is more 8 energy. For some, there's some type of forgiveness that needs to happen. Someone could have been involving themselves in something that was a nightmare, or someone was trying to attack someone's energy. And they need to forgive themselves for what they've done more than anything. There will be a period of redemption because someone was overly ambitious when it comes to a situation, or for someone will be overly ambitious, or someone may be trying to bite off more than they could chew. This could be energetically speaking. Spirit is asking some not to be seduced by an energy, or the way it's feeling, it's that someone's already on the hook. Someone's already on the hook. They took the bait. You can still redeem yourself. This could be you or someone around you. Somebody could be religious, because I'm seeing how this person has the reins, but the reins look like a rosary bead, or the beads of prayer. This could have to do with prayer, or what somebody was praying to, or what they were worshiping, or what they were desiring in their spirit. But they're burnt. They're burnt. They could have had some nervous system issues. Someone was taking a risk, or feeling risky in a situation. Someone can have a lot of tattoos. This has to do with a higher level commitment. We have the seeker here, but it wants to come out kind of in the crooked. So it's like someone... The shadow attribute of this is inability to commit to a path once it's found. And the Hierophant is a very serious path that someone signed themselves up for. Because I'm getting this Knight as a Knight of Wands. Now somebody wants to back out of something, or they want to back out of a commitment, or they could be a cheater, or like they weren't ready, or they didn't necessarily, their soul, it was a short-term contract, but they wanted to sell it as a longer contract. Take it how it resonates. Someone's being a fool, taking a risk. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. What are we saying here? Denying that something wasn't as serious or as deep as someone wanted to sell it to be. Now they want to back out of something, but they're afraid. Because the light attribute is also present in this, which is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. See the hypocrisy of some type of institution or a higher level commitment. That's not true. Thirst, and then the light attribute of the seeker is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. There's a theme here. Someone could have been seduced by an anti-hero, or someone who was pretending to be heroic, or something about stoic. Like they play a lot of games. They could play a lot of staring games, and like they get into these something about fanatical. Somebody could be a fanatic. They could worship something. Someone could be in some type of religion. I'm getting Catholicism, but they become fanatical in a situation. An addict. They become an addict or fanatical or addicted to an idea. Compromises integrity and honesty, allows addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. But their fanaticism could be some type of like ambition. Someone has this, it's like a pattern of destroying to then seek for some type of forgiveness. Like kind of wanting to seem as a martyr, but someone's not a martyr. Someone's an anti-hero. Someone is like, there's Star Wars references coming in. Someone can like Star Wars. They make up tales to harm others. Someone's not, I don't know. That's how it feels. Like someone wants to seem innocent in a situation. Someone can abuse their power or their position in life or cast a lot of like mirrors out, but in reality, like they're not who they say they are. Like someone, they could have a high ranking title or something, or like they could be well respected in a community, or they could have the power of community, but they're deceitful energy. It's seducing. They seduce people, or they've seduced a crowd. Spirit was giving this to us. I'm surprised how the energies flow when I see it. It's curious when I see it. For example, I was having this discussion with this woman, and I don't think she realized, or she doesn't, you know, promote herself as an energy vampire. But the effects that she's had on her husband, for example, I'm like, wow, this man, he's lost his life. Not necessarily in the physical, but he's heading in that direction. This person, from when he met this woman to where he is now, I'm like, he is really decrepit. Like he has lost his light. He has lost his inner child. He's lost his something about William. But this person probably would not look at it that way, or they wouldn't, I mean, definitely not promote it that way. But it's like, it's almost very difficult to deny the impact, because her career has taken off, but he's lost this woman. Maybe this has to do with a man that's doing this to a woman, or a woman that's doing this to a man. Take it how it resonates, or a woman that's doing this to a woman. But it's like someone's like, the artist, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. We're talking about symbolism of life. That's what we're talking about here. Inspiring others to see life symbolically. The symbols of the energy. Exorcist, because someone needs an exorcism, because they're under some type of possession. They were seduced. Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. What are we talking about here, my lovies? This is pretty interesting for some. Bon bah écoute. That's not what I expected, but that's where it went. Somebody could have fell into some type of a relationship or a commitment to somebody or to an organization because of their ambitions, because of their desires of possession, because something looked good on paper. Take it how it resonates. It could have been a contract of all sorts, because of a poet. Expresses soul insight in symbolic language. There's something about symbolism. For some, paying attention to the symbols that you're seeing, or someone around you, take it how it resonates. The symbols tell you a lot. Bon bah écoute, my lovies. That was interesting, gotta say. Again, I'm getting the number 24. 6 energy, the choice, the levers, the paths that we choose to take in life. Bombay Coots, my lovies. 9:22 on a clock and 39:36 on that clock. And here we have Immortal. Immortal, the consuming family, pressures of peers. And what do we have? The number 6. What do we have? The number 6. Immortal, the consuming family, pressures of fears. It's curious because this is the story of a woman whose energy was sacrificed to the ambitions of her brothers. There's something here for some. This story is the being that whose immortality, her beauty, her energy, her feelings, her emotions, energy and motion were sacrificed for the ambitions of her brothers. There's a theme here, my lovies. Paying attention to the symbols because the number 6 is going to be very important for some over the next 24 days. Bombay Koot. The Spirit keeps insisting 24, not 28. We did it for the next 28, but Spirit's saying 24. Or 24 hours for some. Spirit's asking you to pay attention to the towers because there are delays for some when it comes to something. Bombay Koot, my lovies, stay well. Scorpio or Aries energy could be significant for some. Stay well, stay absolutely well. Very interesting energies that you're in, to be quite frank. Someone around you, again, this could be for a Capricorn around you or for your energies. If you were brought here, it's for a reason. We could be Capricorns. All of us could be Capricorns, Leos, Aries, Scorpios, whatever we want to be. It's just the energy that is dominating our field at that time. So stay well, my lovies. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Your spirit friends love you and adore you. Love you and adore you. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Your spirit friends and your sister friend and your spirit friends and your sister friend. In love always, in love always, in love always, and forever, homies.